Big news out of Halas Hall today. The Bears no longer with Arlington Heights as the priority location for the new stadium. What does it mean? Leading into Packers week number 2, biggest game of the season coming up once again. Welcome into the Halas Huddle. I'm Bob Weiss, good buddy Justin Oniemi.
Yeah, happy to be here, and we hope the Halas Huddlers are too. So the only way we know that is you got to like, you got to comment, you got to subscribe. But before we can even talk Bears-Packers, the Bears somehow found a way to not make the game the total news of the week. So what do you make of this?
Yeah, I mean, it's something that I think just makes a lot of sense, right? I understand that there can be a lot of sentiment out there that the Bears are funded by their fans, so they should just stay exactly in Chicago, or they shouldn't ask for any public money at all. Like, I understand all that argument, but at the end of the day, they are a business. They are trying to be a profitable business, and if there are other opportunities or other ways to try to force their hand where other companies and other corporations and other teams are getting these benefits, then yeah, I don't even know if it's necessarily a bluff. I think they are genuinely looking at Northwest Indiana as a location for the stadium. It just has gotten that far where now that makes the most sense.
Yeah, I mean, specifically bringing up Northwest Indiana makes it not an Illinois thing. And Illinois and Chicago don't want to lose the Bears. But at the end of the day, I mean, like you said, this is a business for the Bears. There's a lot of things in government that need attention and need fixing beyond entertainment and sport. So these things are quite complex, but it could be a bluff. It could be a legitimate thought. But Bears fans, don't worry. They're the Chicago Bears. I mean, the New York Giants, New York Jets playing New Jersey for all these years, and no one batted an eye. So,
I mean, there'll always be the Chicago Bears. I'm thinking about a passionate as Bears fan really as there is, and I hadn't been to a football game at Soldier Field in 12 years or something like that. Regular season game even longer. So where they are really isn't that important, I suppose. Now, if I ever did get a chance to go to a game, I'd much rather go to Arlington Heights than Gary, Indiana. That's for sure. It's not going to get easier.
But you just said it. I mean, you're here. You just were at the game this past weekend. I couldn't even tell you the last time I was at a game. So I'm the type of fan. The best seat for me is on my couch. I'll support the team in many ways, buy the product, but at the end of the day, get a dome and get it up before 2038.
I hope so too, but certainly not to discredit those of you fans who do spend a lot of your hard-earned money on season tickets, a lot of your time, full tailgate, full day tailgating, all that kind of stuff. I understand this affects you a lot more, but I do think a majority of Bears fans are the ones that are just, it's more of a nuisance now talking about it than actually if it ends up in Gary. So,
well, rather than talk about Bears fans, I guess we could talk about Green Bay fans. What do you? I don't like to, but
yeah, I mean, I just can't wait to see what reaction is going to be from Packers fans when the Bears handily defeat them on Sunday.
Saturday.
On Saturday evening. Sorry. When they handily defeat them on Saturday evening. It's one of these things where you guys talked about it on the post-game show. It's something I was talking about throughout the game. I'm really just not that worried about the Packers. I don't mean to say I know we're definitely going to blow them out or that, we're not even going to compete with them or whatever, but the Bears have come so far along that I know that this is going to be a competitive game. I know that they're in the same tier as the Packers, and we already lost one, and I just think we're going to win this one, and I think we're going to win this game in a way where we just look like the better team, and I just don't think Packers fans are equipped to handle that reality.
Well, I mean, Bob, not only are you thinking it, you're saying it on a podcast watched by thousands. So, I mean, hopefully there's no fodder that after the game people can play this back and make fun of us. But you're absolutely right. I mean, the Bears are a legitimate team. They're a legitimate contender, especially as you look at how the NFL is shaking out this particular season. And sports, the ultimate theater. Fans are going to fan. Clearly, they're going to say that losing Micah Parsons is what would lead to something like that. But the Bears have been dealing with injuries all season long. And the Bears don't even have a guy who has the type of impact as Parsons. I don't think. but they played most of the season without Jalen Johnson. That's your best player. They played almost the entire season without Kyler Gordon, which makes me look a little foolish because I said this was his breakout year. Meanwhile, he's only suited up maybe two and a half games. And to be honest, when he was out there, I was super excited and thought he did give the team a lift. So you have to keep playing with who you got. And the Bears have done that. And I think it goes to great coaching, establishing a true identity of who you are. And that's why Saturday for us feels pretty good, because I feel like they're going to just exert their identity on the Packers and come away with a W. So again, now two of us have put it on tape here.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the biggest thing. I just, one of my favorite things that we've done on this channel was, in August when the Parsons trade happened, and, me and Rob, with that episode, I was much more fair to the Packers about the Micah Parsons trade. Rob shit all over it, but the reaction from the Packers fans from those videos and that short is just something that is just a highlight of doing this podcast, to the point where they came back and started talking shit to the comments section on that short after the win 2 weeks ago. And so I just can't wait to see the excuses, Micah Parsons, whatever it is, it's too warm. I don't even know what nonsense they're going to come up with. Obviously the injuries are the biggest thing, but they are going to have excuses. They are going to just do whatever they can to discredit this being a legitimate win. And it's just something I'm really, really looking forward to.
Well, and it's just huge because this is the division, if you ask me. I mean, whoever wins this game basically has the NFC North in their hands. And yes, how nice would it be to beat them at home in front of your fan base? Looking forward to it.
So if and when this win does happen, again, something I'm very confident is going to happen, but I'm not saying it's a definite, but how much different is this defense going to feel without Micah Parsons than what we just had 2 weeks ago?
Well, first of all, thank you for tipping your pick in UFFL. That insider information may come in handy in our championship bout. But, Micah Parsons means so much to any team he's on. And you could look at the stat sheet from 2 weeks ago and not necessarily think he made that much of an impact, but he makes an impact even during the preparation week of how often. I mean, Ben Johnson even said it. He was asked about the two tight ends, both in with a third back behind. I forget what they called the package, but he said that was specifically there because they wanted both guys to be able to go out and chip the ends. I mean, that's the type of stuff you're thinking about when you're going up against the likes of a Micah Parsons. Now, it's not as if the Bears, one, are going to feel sorry that he's gone, or two, are going to take the rest of the players lightly, because somebody else has to step and fill that void. But what it could mean is now the Packers are going to have to blitz to generate pressure, and hopefully you're prepared for that and know how to exploit that. But a guy that good, I'm sorry. I mean, the mentality has to be next man up, but he can't be replaced. He just simply can't. I mean, he was even running scout team as Caleb Williams because of just how special and a gift he has. Now, maybe that ended up being what made his knee a little wonky. I'm not claiming that, and I'm not making light of injuries. It's the worst part of sports, to be honest, but huge loss for them.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to be different. I kind of trolled the Packers fans a little bit too, because, that video was Micah Parsons is going to make a difference. And in the first game, Micah Parsons had one assisted tackle and no sacks, right? So even the box score was a lot different than the reality. And in the reality, you and I noticed even during that game that he was definitely getting held a couple times with no call. But another reason why I'm so confident that the Packers fans are going to come up with nonsensical excuse bullshit is that they are blaming the referees for non-holding calls, the reason why Micah got injured in the first place. Again, not making light of injuries. It is the NFL. It's a tough sport. Things are going to happen. But, it doesn't make any sense to me that, because there was a misholding call a few times, the offensive linemen are too rough with him, I guess. So is that what the basis of those excuses are? But
so this is not something I've said out loud until this very moment, but on the Bears' long drive, I think it was 15 plays where they scored a touchdown. The best part of that for me was seeing Micah Parsons on the sideline just winded. And I felt confident that I really wish the defense had held the Packers to just 3. That goes back to tackling Josh Jacobs, because I thought the Bears offense had really put the Packers defense in a place where they were tired. They didn't feel very confident. And if the Bears were only chasing 3 points for the tie and a touchdown for the win, I kind of feel they pull it out. But woulda, coulda, shoulda. On to the next one.
Yeah, but I mean, as far as no Micah, like obviously him being out there is better for the Packers. Him not being out there is better for the Bears. That makes a lot of sense. But that's still not to say that it's going to be easy for the Bears. Packers still have a lot of talent on the defensive line. Rashawn Gary is a very good pass rusher in the NFL. And then the other guy, Lucas Van Ness, is a first-round pick out of Iowa a couple of years ago, and he really hasn't seen a lot of the field this year, but he's rounding into form now, rounding into shape now. So, hopefully this isn't the Lucas Van Ness breakout game and just kind of up for the Micah Parsons.
Hometown kid, I believe.
Yeah, it might be. But, what's going to make possibly the defense even harder is that we might be without, at this point, our two best wide receivers. We know Odunze is not going to play. We know that he's just hopefully taking some rest until he's fully ready to come back. But the Burden injury still hasn't practiced through today yet. Now there's still one more full day of practice tomorrow, I think. So that'll be a better indicator. That being Thursday today when you're watching this. But what do we think this offense will look like with no Odunze or Burden?
Well, we said they have to lean into their identity, and their identity has been to go heavy, to have 12 personnel, 13 personnel, 2 tight ends, 3 tight ends, and run all sorts of actions out of there. So I think it's going to be that. I'm hopeful that Burden is going to play, and they're just being cautious. DJ Moore, we said he was absent during the Packers game, and then obviously showed out in the Cleveland game. He's going to have to do that again, and that's even if Burden plays. So, Bears coming into the season and throughout the season have shown they have weapons, lots of different weapons. So Cole Kmet needs to step up. Obviously, Loveland needs to step up. And you play with who you got, and you adjust accordingly. And I really, I've said it many times throughout the season, I have so much faith in this coaching staff that it's not as if this is going to catch them by surprise, that these guys are not going to be available to them or are going to be limited in some way. So hopefully they know how to adjust to that.
Yeah, and I'm going to put a lot of the burden here on Caleb Williams, no pun intended, on Caleb Williams here to just kind of make it easier on these guys. Be very efficient from the pocket, keep that kind of completion percentage within, something that we're respectable, but keep the offense within rhythm, right? The ball is coming out on time. He's finding, the reads when they're supposed to be there. Let's not make every single completion need to be a spectacular play by Caleb Williams, and then a great catch by the wide receiver. Let's let the offense do the work and just make sure if these wide receivers are doing the right thing, being in the right place at the right time, the ball's getting put on their hand. I think that would, go a long way to, negating the loss of these two playmakers.
I don't want to throw you off because I'm not even fully confident myself, but did I hear that DeAndre Swift did not practice today and they cited his groin?
That is news to me.
I believe I heard that. Now that would be.
Why don't we validate this for the huddlers here?
So, but if that's the case, I mean, we do have a lot of faith in Kyle Monangai. But the more weapons you have, the better. We see. I mean, let's be real, guys. It's a long, rough season, and the bye week was in week 5, so everybody's banged up. You want to go in with as many, people that can make big plays for you. So that would be not a great thing either.
Yeah, DeAndre Swift was a limited participant today with a groin injury.
Okay, limited. Okay.
Yeah. So that's that.
All right.
Kind of my favorite part of the midweek here, the NFC North power rankings. Just get right back into it.
Let's go. Let's get back into it.
All right, here we are with your week. Is this 16 now?
16, yeah.
Here we are with your Week 16 NFC North Power Rankings. At number 4, we have the Minnesota Vikings. A couple weeks ago, this team looked completely lost on their way to just a disastrous season, but a couple big wins. J.J. McCarthy looking like he's rounding into an actual NFL quarterback. All of a sudden, the Minnesota Vikings look like they could be 8-9 again. So congratulations, Minnesota, but you're still number 4 in our rankings.
Well, and those who've been following, the rankings aren't changing a lot because coming in at number 3 is your Detroit Lions. They're a very good team, and this is a very good division. but it's clear right now there are 2 teams above them. There's 1 team below them. They battled with the Los Angeles Rams, but once again, this is because they're at a point in their season where they need to be battling. Their playoffs have already started. And right now it wasn't enough. Granted, I did say the Rams were a team I'm scared of, so you can't fault them for that. But if Detroit doesn't come on hard, they're going to end the season in that 3 slot.
At number 2, we have the Chicago Bears. There is plenty of reason why maybe they could have a case for number 1, but here they still are at 2, because in order to move up to number 1, you must beat the Packers. We cannot in good conscience put the Bears at number 1 while they don't have a win against the Lions or Packers this year. Take care of business on Saturday, and we'll have a lot of fun with them at number 1 next week.
But number 1 in the NFC North right now in Week 16 still is the Green Bay Packers. Jordan Love is playing very, very well right now. They did lose this past week, but it was against the number 1 seed in the AFC in Denver, a place they dominate. So to really fault them and bring them down below the rankings, like you said, the Bears have to go and beat them to take it. I hope they do, because FGB.
Fuck the Packers.
Thank you. I was queuing you up.
I got you. All right, well, this is a nice little quick episode, some fun things to talk about. I was very curious to see the developments, if there are any. I mean, here we are 3 years in, still talking about where the hell is the stadium even going to be, when are they going to start building it, but kind of big information. But I think you kind of teased it before. I think the biggest thing I might be looking forward to this week, besides the Packers game, is the UFFL Championship. Going against you. Justin and Rob are joint owners of the other team. I'm in the championship too, so it's going to be a showdown.
I mean, I think it shows that we kind of know some stuff,
A little bit.
You have to do a lot in UFFL to, luck is involved as well.
Of course, but it's a true test of making sure you know ball.
Bears are so good, they almost made me forget that they said shovels in the ground in 2025.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So, I mean, that's clearly just
2 weeks from now. Where's that shovel? I don't know.
That's not going to happen.
Luckily, the wins are happening on the field, so none of us are talking about that.
That's
so
right.
Let's get one more this Saturday. Bear down. Claws up.
Ready, break.